everybody, welcome to my January wrap-up video. I'm excited to bring wrap-up videos back to my channel for 2025. Last year it kind of fizzled out because of many reasons, just life really, and what was going on. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my book journal reviews, so if I look down, that's why. And we have our stack of January books here, and we'll go through each one. I'll put up the star ratings on the video as well, so you can see that. Yeah, and let's get started. So January, there's 6 books here overall, but one is actually sadly a DNF. But we'll start with the first one and we'll work our way through. So I started off the new year with a book called New Year's Eve Murder by Leslie Meyer, I think it is. Now, for a start, I don't get the picture on the cover. I read the book and it honestly has nothing to do with the picture. It's a Lucy Story mystery, so it's like a series of books. I have read the birthday one and one other one. Yeah, and I just wanted to start off the new year with sort of like a new year themed book. So I gave it 3 stars. So it was alright. And I read the physical book, obviously. It was alright. There was plenty of story build, however I thought the murder could happen quicker in the book. It happened like halfway or a bit over halfway. Generally with mysteries and murder mysteries, the murder happens like at the start of the book or the movie or whatever. So yeah, I just found that really, really weird. And then it was good to have like the New Year focus, and it was an entertaining story, but yeah, it wasn't, you know, a brilliant read, but an alright one to start off with. So that was that one, and there was no challenges met with that one. That was just a fun one. I'll mention the challenges as well as we go. Next up we have Iron Flame. This is the gorgeous special edition that I have. So yeah, I finally got to Iron Flame, but it was kind of good too because Onyx Storm just came out. So yeah, I could read that afterwards. I also listened to this on Audible as well. I love the Audibles to this series. It's just done really, really well. Just put the book down because it's heavy. I gave it 5 stars. If there was more than 5 stars in my system, I would have gave it more than 5 stars. It was amazing. I said in my thing, wow, so action-packed and full of everything a fantasy needs. Enjoyed every minute. Highly recommend. I'm looking forward to Onyx Storm so much more now. And I'll talk about that next month because I just finished it. And so it'll be in my February wrap-up. This was a book in my 25 books to read in 2025, and it also was in my Taylor Swift challenge for the song Long Live, with a book about dragons. So yeah, it was awesome. Put that one over there. The next book that I read was Sarah Adams' new book, Beg, Borrow or Steal, which came out in January actually. This was a part of my Plan a Friends book club read. This was our first book for the year. I gave it 4 stars. It was good. Enemies to lovers story. And Sarah Adams definitely knows how to write a good story, put it together well. Good character building and a good storyline. Lots of small town romance vibes, and I definitely want to go back and read Practice Makes Perfect, which is still up here. There was a few little things from When in Rome and that one, but you didn't really have to read them in order. I found it okay to do so. It wasn't part of a challenge, it was just part of my Planner Friends book club read, and also a new release read that was really handy to do. So yeah, that was the third book. I then attempted to pick up Ledge. Ledge I actually picked up second, in between the Murder One and Iron Flame, and I started it. I read about a quarter of it, and I was just like, I need a break from this. Like, there's just something not happening with me in the book. So I gave it a break. I did Iron Flame and then Beg, Borrow or Steal, and then I went back to it. I gave it a really good chance. I went like at least 50% through the way, but it just wasn't the book for me, sadly. It was the writing for a start. The writing was extremely descriptive, and I felt it took away from the story of the book. And there was really weird like relationship stuff going on, which I thought wasn't really appropriate, especially with like the enemy and stuff like that. Sorry if I give anything away with my descriptions here. There was a lot of repetitive stuff in the descriptions. Like, there were sentences which had like 3 or 4 words in that sentence which meant the same thing, and to me that's just like, you know, over the top and unnecessary. Also, they were meant to be on a ledge. They were talking a lot about this book about being in the chasm and not on the ledge, and I was just like, aren't they meant to be stuck on this ledge? So yeah, it just wasn't, to me, a good read. I don't recommend it. If you love descriptions in your writing, maybe give it a go, but to be honest, I would just like give it a miss, don't bother. And obviously I won't be continuing with the trilogy because I only made it halfway through the book, and then after 2 attempts I was just like, no, not happening. So that was my first DNF for the year. I probably should have stopped in my first attempt, but I wanted to give it, I was too nice and gave it a second trial. Yeah. This was going to be my dystopian read for the Taylor Swift challenge, but now I'm going to have to find a different book for that one. So if you have any recommendations on dystopian, just pop them in the comment below. I do have Shadow Me as an option, but I was just thinking and wanting to know some other options from you guys. So that wasn't very good. And I had the day before I just did my February TBR video. So what I did was I boosted one of those books from February into January, which was this one here. A Curse for True Love, which is by Stephanie Garber. I wanted something next that I knew I was going to love by an author that I loved, and Stephanie Garber knows how to do that for me. Plus, I really wanted to, like, I was keen to finish the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, so I boosted this one from February TBR to January. So I gave this one 5 stars. I have given every book in the series 5 stars. It's a wonderful series and a wonderful end to the series. I love this author's writing, and I really recommend Stephanie Garber's Caraval series and Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I wish there was more books from her as an author. I would definitely grab them if there was, but sadly there's not. This was a a part of my 2025 challenge, which I'm doing with a friend. A book with a very colourful cover, and I'll show you how colourful it is. Right now, it's still pretty much every colour under the sun. So yeah, it was good to do that after doing that, for sure. And that was my January, pretty much. So yeah, recommend. Don't bother. Recommend. I'll talk about my next song in my next wrap up. And this was okay. If you like reading okay books, then go there. So yeah, that was my January wrap up, guys. Thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. I always have in the description box my Instagram accounts where I also do things. And I always have my Goodreads in there as well if you want to follow me over on Goodreads. Yeah. I will look forward to showing you all some book fun in my next book video. Until then, see you later.